Hey beautiful, what's good? It's your girl Choreo here, and I help working professional women to get more confident and feel stronger through my personalized workouts. I do both group fitness and I do one-to-one training, and all my trainings are virtual. So we have been doing a 100-day fitness challenge, and this has been going on for now. Today is the 11th day. If you were here a couple of days ago, we did 300 squats. Today, we're going to be doing squats, but with repetitions and sets. So we're not doing it timed. We're doing a barbell. If you have a barbell, if you're at the gym, you can do it with me. Or you can use your dumbbells. Right here, I have a pair of 3-pound dumbbells. Together, they make 6 pounds. I also have the good old resistance tubes and resistance loops. So you can choose whichever equipment you want. If you want to work out with just sitting to standing, for example, from a chair, with just your body weight, you can also do that. You want to ensure that you have good range in your hips, right? So you can do a simple sit to stand. And when you do a sit down, you want to ensure that the knees and the hips are virtually in line with each other. If you don't have this much range, if this is too hard for you, maybe you get a chair that's a little bit higher. So when the hips are higher than the knees, it's going to be easier for you to stand up. If, for example, you have a chair like my own here, you can hold on to the handles and you can assist yourself to push yourself up. You come back down, put the hands on the chair. Now, this is dependent on how hard it is for you to get up. I know I have persons who are elderly who are also following my channel. I know I have persons who are very young who are watching my channel. We have a very diverse age groups over here. So listen to your body, focus on what works. If you don't want to use a chair, you can use your body weight. Now, ensure your toes are pointed forward, or if there's a slight turnout, that's okay. Just make sure it's not like a over exaggerated turnout. That's absolutely not necessary for the type of squat we're going to be doing. It's a conventional squat. So slight turnout from the hips, slight, and then the toes are virtually pointed forward or a slight diagonal. You're going to hold the hands here at the chest. I prefer not here by the hips because people tend to come forward with the chest. I want you to hold the arms in front of the chest, come down, sit on a chair, and come back up. And if you notice, just like when I was in the chair, my knees and my hips are virtually in the same line. If you find that you're slightly up like that, try to keep the chest up and try not to arch the lower back too much. So when you're going down into your squats, you want to maintain a neutral spine, meaning maintaining the curves in the lumbar spine, in the thoracic spine, and the cervical spine. So normal persons have an S-shaped spine. Curve inward here, curve outward at the back, but not too excessive, and a slight curve in the neck. So when you go down, you want to maintain this. You push the hips back and you come back up. So there's no need to come forward like that, which is what I see a lot of persons doing, especially beginners. So that's how you do a body weight squat, okay? The next thing is if you have resistance bands. Now, I have 2 resistance bands. If you want to put 2 together, if you don't feel enough resistance with just one, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to use 1 resistance band for now, just for demonstration purposes. You want to put the band above the knees. The whole point of putting the band above the knees is so that you are driving the knees outwards, not allowing the knees to collapse. If when you are using the band, you feel that the knees are constantly pulling in, either the band is too heavy or your outer hips are not strong enough, and probably you need to develop this strength first without the band, working and focusing on driving the knees outwards before you put on the added resistance of external resistance loop. Wow, that was hard. So from here, my hand just is going to be right here. Let me turn on diagonal so you can see. I sit on a chair and I come up. Sit on a chair, come up. If I turn directly to the side, it's the same thing. See that my toes are virtually forward, like it's not out. It's pretty much like that because I'm really focused on keeping them parallel. So when I go down, it's here and then I drive up. So if you have dumbbells, you can do your squat like either a carrier squat or put them together like this and dip down like so. So you open the legs, you dip here. So then essentially what's happening is that the dumbbell, the weight is going between here, right? And the elbows are not cocked out to the side. They're here holding the dumbbell securely onto your body. When you're lifting weight, you don't want to have it off the body because that can be a strain on the spine. So here, there, up, there, and up. So I'm holding that dumbbell like it's holding it on, hold on feet for dear life, right? These are very small, so that's why I'm holding them together. I don't have bigger dumbbells, well, at least not set up right now. They're down there, right? But you want to hold a dumbbell. If it's a big dumbbell that you have with a big face up the top, you want to hold it under here. The palm or the heel of the palm is holding under here. You're holding it to the chest, and you come down and you bend. If you're doing the carrier squats now, it's the same thing set up. Knees are pointing forward. If there's a turnout, it's a slight turnout up in from the hips. And then the squat will look like this. You bring it down, not off here, right here, right? Squeeze the shoulder blades back and come up, there, and come up. And you notice I'm not allowing my knees to cave in like that. I'm bracing my knees outwards. Now, dependent on how strong you are, you can use a combination of these equipment. So for example, you can use a dumbbell. If you're here at this level, you can use a dumbbell, hold the dumbbell to your chest and lift up, or hold the dumbbells here and lift up. You can do that. If you have the resistance loop that I use around my knees, you can use that in addition to the dumbbells, if you can tolerate. If not, use one or the other. Don't push to achieve too much too soon and then discourage yourself when you find that you just really can't do it. The last one, and the most popular choice on the CrossFit community, it's one of the cheapest things to use. It's the most cheapest, most effective, most diverse set of equipment. These are resistance tubes. I have tagged them below in the caption. You can go ahead and grab a set of them. I will be using them for the CrossFit Bootcamp, which starts January 6th. If you don't already have them, ensure you have them, please. So for this, I stand on the band like so, right? And then from here, I will swing the bands to the back. And just as I did with the other squats, my knees, my toes are forward for as more so like a parallel type stance. If they turn out, it's only a slight turnout. And then I come down into my squat, sit, and I propel myself up. Sit and push up. Sit and push up. Now, the great thing about resistance tubes is that you not only get strength from this and power, but you also get stability because the bands never stay still. So, for example, with the barbell, they stay pretty rigid, right? And it's really only you. When you come out here, yes, you have to stabilize, but the bands, they're pulling you everywhere. So these can be so good for so many things. And I really do love them. And I advise anybody, if you're doing home workouts, if you don't have, for example, a typical setup like this, get these. And even if you have this, these are super versatile. Get a set of these. And don't buy the singles. Buy the ones that come with 5 that go from like 10 pounds up to like 50 pounds. Because then you can switch them out. You can add 30 pounds to this according to how strong you are or how not so strong you are. All right. So now, the main event. When you're going to lift a barbell or when you're going to do a barbell squat, right? You want to ensure that the barbell is set up nice and even, right? You want to make sure that when you're looking at the barbell, that there is equal amount of space on either side. So for example, this here that I have on the bar, this that I have on the bar here, can you see? Yeah. This on the bar, it's a sponge. So that's a squatting sponge. It's a bar sponge or cushioning, which is going to go across the back here. Now, I advise this, especially for women who, we're delicate and want to keep the skin nice and pretty and clean. There's some people who do this without the barbell, and that's okay. That's on them. If you want to keep your skin clean and pretty, baby girl, don't watch them. Some people, when you go into the gym, they will make you feel like being pretty is not important, but that's because the gym is a masculine place. It's a masculine dominated place. It's okay to look cute. It's okay to look sexy before and after your workout. So if after you probably don't look like a disheveled, that's okay. That's how you go. Surely you don't want to go to the gym and damage yourself. So I recommend using a sponge. Don't make the man them tell you, say, oh yeah, girl, yeah, that's fine. My girl, my hot, I'm cute. I can smile and get money where you can't get. No watch the man them. So anyway, so, but don't like man. I don't like them. But I like them though. But anyway, so here you make sure the bar is nice and steady. You come in to the bar, and this is my setup is a little bit different from the usual barbells that you'll see in the gym, but it's pretty close together. And this bar is a 1 inch bar. The typical barbells in the gym are like 2 inch in terms of the diameter right here. My own is a 1 inch bar. And so the space where I can step in to get the bar off, it's not as much as where if I'd be in a gym, you'd have probably the space of from this outer stand to this outer stand. So I'd have all of this space to walk in. But here is like I feel more safe when I come in. I am positioning my shoulders under. As I position my shoulders under, I squeeze my shoulder blades together, tuck them down, and this squeezing creates a shelf here to hold the bar on. And as you get stronger, that shelf gets a little bigger. Through upper body workouts, you squeeze the barbell together, right? Make sure there's nothing in the way. Make sure your ponytail is not in the way. And as soon as you feel safe, you take a deep breath in and press up, right? And then you step back. 1, 2, and 3 steps are suffice. Some persons take more, but I like to take 3 steps. So then when you're doing the barbell squat, it's the same thing as the other squats. You want to come down, keep the chest up, the knees are not caving in, and you press up. So breathe in, fill up. Okay? And as I go back into the bar, I step, make sure it's in line, make sure you're not missing the holding area of the barbell. And that's how you do a barbell squat. You can drop your questions below. Whether you're in the gym, whether you're at home doing a virtual workout with ChrisFit, here's how you warm up for a squat. Now, the first things first is we're going to work on the ankles. So let's do, if I turn to the side, simple ankle rotations. So out of the ankle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're gonna lift feet, press them like this. So I'm pressing against the front of my ankle. So here, riding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then now I'm just gonna do heel raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And now we're gonna do a little bit of movement for the ankles. Not the ankles, well, the ankles and the knees as well. So I'm going to get down on one knee. If you have particularly sensitive knees, make sure you're on a cushion mat so that you can warm up properly. So here, I'm just going to reach forward and back. So the great thing about this is that it's working, warming the knee, getting some nice dynamic stretches into the knee, as well as in the hip joint. So this is both a hip and a knee range of motion exercise or warm up. It's also great for the ankles. So I press forward, and you want to shift the weight as far forward as is tolerable. So I am fairly flexible. So when I push forward, this is how far I can go. So for some persons, you may be able to go a little bit farther. For other persons, maybe you don't go further than here, and that's okay. Listen to your body and do what it is that you can. And I will do about just 2 more over here. 2. All right, I'm going to the opposite side. We're doing the same thing. There we go. You want to think about where you're warming. So if it's in the hip, in the knees, feel that stretch, feel the connective tissues stretching. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's fine. All of this helps with injury prevention. It helps to make the workout more efficient, because when your body, your connective tissues are warm, then you're able to use up the full range of motion. You're able to develop your muscles at the highest possible level that they can within that moment, and you're not shorting or cheating yourself out of a good exercise. So not just injury prevention, but also to make your workouts more effective so you get results faster. The next thing I'm going to be doing, because the squat is a compound movement and it goes through multiple joints of the body, since I just warmed up my back, I'm also going to warm up my glutes, because my glutes are also important with squats. So I'm going to do some donkey kickbacks. So I'm just going to be here. 1, 2, just 10 on each side is suffice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And now what I'm going to be doing is a simple lift the leg up and over. I fuse both words, and here, right? Just to get that warm up in. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now feeling warm. In between each squat, I'm going to take about 2 to 3 minutes rest, but I won't put a 2 to 3 minutes rest on the video. I'll pause the video so that you can have that rest and then you can get into it. All right, so first things first, I'm going to start with 10 kg on each side. So I'm going to grab my weights. Now the reason why you want to use stops on your dumbbells, on your barbell, is because, of course, when you're getting out of the barbell, out of the squat rack, you want to ensure that the weights are not sliding off. And sometimes them sliding off is not too bad, but the issue is if they slide off and they hit somebody or hit the mirror or something, or hit your wall or your tiles. You want to ensure that the clips are nice and safe. So now I'm going to go in for my 12 reps of squats. I'm going to go in. Squeeze my shoulder blades back, creating that shelf, and breathe in. And I usually do a breath out before I start. I try to not make these rock as much because they're not very secure, the clips. So here we go, 12 reps. 1, 2, 3. Six. All right, as I go in. All right, so that's 12 reps. Right away, you'll see that even though all we're doing is one single exercise, weight training can take a longer time. And so I might spend, for example, 30, 45 minutes on just the squat rack, right? So that's why sometimes when you go to the gym, it can take as long as 4 hours sometimes if you're really training hard, which is why I shy away from going into the gym, because imagine training 6, 7 people. It's just a lot, and you have to wait on machines, and it's just a lot, man. So I prefer to train virtually, where I can control more so the amount of time that we are spending in the gym. 15 plus 15, that's 30. The bar is probably 10 kg. That's 30. This is just 40 kgs, I think. 40, somewhere between 40 and 50 kgs. It's really not that much, right? So I'm gonna go in, and of course, if you have your bands, each time I go in, you use your bands. You want to be working at an RPE, rate of perceived exertion, how hard you're working, from 0 to 10, of at least a 7 to 8 out of 10. All right? And if you're nursing an injury, you really want to get clearance from your physiotherapist or your physiatrist first. And then you really shouldn't, if you're nursing an injury, you shouldn't be working beyond a 5 to 6 out of 10 RPE scale. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, breathe in. Okay, that's 12 reps. Now something just occurred to me while I was working. When you're lifting, the knees, and I said it in the warm-up, the knees will tend to want to come in, especially as you fatigue and especially towards the end of your reps, your sets. Drive them out. Keep driving them out. The next thing is, I said I wanted to go up to 20 kg on each side, but this barbell is pretty light. It's pretty light. So this is about a 7, it's about a 7, 6, 7 for me. When I'm working with the 2 to 3 inch barbell, which is about 45 pounds by itself. This year, 15 kgs is usually about 7. So by the time I get to 20 kgs on each side, it's about a flush 8 out of 10 for me, where I am in my current fitness journey. So right now we have 15 kg on each side. I'm gonna load up another, let me see how much I have left. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4. Well, I only have 40 kg total in terms of weight. So I am gonna add on the remaining weight, and let's see how we fare. Now, if you're like me You may like to ensure that your weights are all lined up together. So this is my 1 kg. I'm going to put on all my 2 kgs on here and then put my 1 kg last. So here we go. But I'm so happy we are at day 11. This looks like so much weight. It really isn't that much. This is 20 kg on each side. That's about 45 pounds on each side. The barbell is fairly light, so I'm not even too nervous about it because typically by the time I reach 15 kg on either side, I'm reaching to that point of, okay, ready for 20 kg, let's get this done or none at all. Typically, you see, when you're in the gym, you want to ensure you don't have these little loose things hanging around, right? So, especially if they go all the way down to the foot, you want to make sure that they're tucked under somewhere. I mean, for me, it's pretty much okay. I don't feel too nervous about it, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to go to the gym and try to copy what I do, ensure you don't have any loose ends hanging around, right? Because that can be dangerous. It can hit you on the machine. It can cause problems. All right, so here we go, guys. Remember, big breath in. Make sure everything is nice and even. Here we go. We got this. 12 reps. Let's get it. And that was 12. All right. Okay, that was 12 reps. Whew. Focus on that breath out. We have one more round to go because, of course, we came on with the intention of doing 4 rounds. 2 rounds, 1 round light, 1 moderate. This one is moderately heavy. So 4th round. And if you're just starting out, you can do all 4 rounds light, right? If you are an intermediate, you can do 3 rounds moderately heavy, the last round heavy. And remember, this is subjective. So if I have 20 kg on each side, and I say for me this is moderately heavy, I got about a 7 out of 10, then 6 to 7 out of 10 to be honest, then this may not be the same for you. Maybe moderately heavy for you is much heavier than this, twice as much as this. It may be way less than this, maybe just the barbell alone. That's okay. Listen to your body. So this is why whenever persons ask me, how much weight are you lifting to build a butt? You need to lift heavy, but I don't know what your heavy is. You could go lift heavy and go hurt yourself. You know what I mean? You could lift my heavy and go hurt yourself. You could lift somebody else's heavy and benefit none at all. You know what I mean? So it's really subjective. So sometimes what you really do have to do is take some time. We're getting ready for the 4th set. Take some time, take 1 day and just assess yourself. Get a fitness journal. Say, okay, that is like a 20 kg is light for me. 45 kg is like heavy for me. 5 kg is like very light. So then on your days when I'm saying, okay, CrossFit, let's do, if you're a part of the CrossFit community and I say, okay guys, today we're going to be going heavy, you know which weight to draw for because it's in your fitness journal. You know what I mean? So hopefully that is helpful for somebody out there. Let's go for the 4th round. We've got this. Just fix my, this is actually a bikini. I'm not sure if you realize, but it's a bikini. Am I cute? It's 2 different bikinis. There we go. 3. We got it. I am OCD, as I want you to be too when you're in the gym because safety is so important. From the get-go, you want to start driving the knees outwards. Make sure the foot is in complete contact with the floor. Deep breath in. All right. Okay. Whew. If you made it through to the end, thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you do some stretches. I will drop a link to some stretches that you can do after. This has been ChrisFit Day 11. We did squats, repetitions, 4 sets of 12, moving from lightweight to moderately heavy. Comment below if you're able to do it. Comment below which equipment to use. Comment below if you've already signed up for virtual live gym with me, your girl Choreo. ChrisFit Bootcamp. We start January 6th. That's next week, Monday. See you soon.